irrational decisions around those. But no, let's talk a little bit about the bald man in front of us.
Yeah, like we can't not, right? He's the big topic of discussion for me this weekend from the Premier League, and um, that is for obvious reasons, right? Like Manchester United lost 3-0 against Tottenham at Old Trafford. Manchester United's second 3-0 loss at Old Trafford in the Premier League. We've played 6 games, guys. 6 games. And we've lost 3-0 twice to Liverpool and Tottenham at Old Trafford. We could not beat FC20 at Old Trafford. FC20, guys. I don't even think they won the Dutch League. Yeah, I mean, they're the Europa League, right? So they couldn't have won the Dutch League.
I was seeing this crazy stat where it was like, um, basically Ten Hag has the most, I think, 5-3-0 losses in Old Trafford.
Bro,
Ferguson had like five over like
Ten Hag
550
is the one
something
that has
games.
Ten Hag has 7-0. Ten Hag has five. Liverpool have beaten us 7-0. Liverpool beat us 5-0 as well. Like, bro, like the bad stats like that you can attribute to Ten Hag, like it's crazy. It's crazy how like he's still in the job. Like, and
No,
yes, I'm not here to like support the ETH out brigade, right? But at the same time, I'm not here to also like put all the blame on the manager because like I don't like I know he has his own beats, right? That has to be attributed to him. Like he's the coach, he's the head coach, he's responsible for what we see out there on the pitch, right? But I feel like a lot of these bad performances are just being swept under. Oh, Erik Ten Hag is bad. The setup is bad. There's no identity. Like these guys are professionals too, bro. Like I was on Twitter and I read this quote from was it Andy Meeton where he said so for those who don't know, Andy Meeton is like a reputable Manchester United journalist, right? Um, I think he works with the Athletic as well, and he has his own like United Stand podcast. So his opinion is very highly respected in football business, right? So yeah, he said there's this quote like he said he spoke to some players an hour after the FA Cup, right? And it was off the record, but players did not support him and players did not call for him to get sacked. And the general consensus was players did not agree with what the coach is asking them to do. And I'm sorry. Everybody has a day job. Everybody has a manager that they're reporting to. I mean, other than maybe like people who run their own businesses, right? Like you can't always like what you are assigned. Like you can't always like your assignments. You can't always like what project you are asked to work on. But that is what you are paid to do. The least you can do is like do it. Is is the point I'm trying to make here. Like I have watched these last 2 games, right? 90 minutes of the last 2 games. And yes, there's so much that can be said about Ten Hag is not putting players in the best setup to bring out their best attributes or to bring out their strengths, right? But you are not high school players. You are professional footballers. You are not playing in your backyard, right? Like there is a certain floor that you should not go beyond. Like there
so
is a
see,
minimum. There's a minimum.
see,
No,
see.
let me. I don't want to like talk for too long, right? So that I don't like lose my train of thought. Like just you, you should like I expect a certain level of effort from players, and like I don't think it's a change of manager that is going to solve that, right? I'm going to point to what Ineos said, right, when they came and took over, right? they spoke about creating an environment, right, for an environment for like success, right? It's an environment where like ultimately like success will come, right? And I feel like two things can be correct. The manager can be bad, and the players too can step up. I feel like those two things can be correct because, like, yes, you say people will say, "Oh, yes, the players are not purposely downing tools," like, but is there a system of accountability? Like, has anybody above the manager like just burst into the dressing room after one result and just lambasted them and said to them like in clear terms, even if the manager goes, you guys out there on the pitch are playing for your futures. And if you do not perform to a certain level, you are gone as well. Like,
Again, Shay, I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry to cut you off
no, I'm
because
done.
again,
I'm done. That's really what me I
I
want to
th-
say.
I think from an Arsenal fan, right? We've
Mm,
gone through years of very mediocre football. Like we had the whole Wenger out situation where we were flying banners and everything like that.
yes, sir.
And a lot of it was based around this whole concept of there's a standard of what the club should be achieving, and there's a belief that if we're not reaching that level, then it's a situation where it's either the manager needs to leave or the players are not giving enough for to accomplish that level of that standard of footballing excellence. And what I've had to learn through this whole process of Arteta, and even when he came in to how it is right now, it's more of getting players to buy into a mindset or into a way of working. And my biggest issue is that there isn't a way of working that Ten Hag is pushing. It's only just when Manchester United we should perform. He's a little bit too delusional for me to consider him a good coach, because where he should be the one sort of talking about how the players are not performing up to things, he's still highlighting that they created many chances, you know, things that are, yes, they happened within the game, but that isn't the sort of key messaging that you want to share. If you haven't performed, if you've lost 3-0, it doesn't matter about what chances were created. You weren't good enough. That's
So
the message.
you see that, yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. And that's why I also feel like um Ten Hag not being fired in the summer and still being in the job right now is Ineos's way of like ensuring themselves and not being um attributed with like the failure, right? Like
No,
that
no, I get.
that way of working that you're talking about, that way of being that you say like they will like the like Arsenal like had to change over time, right? With Arteta and the new like just the way Arsenal has been transformed over the years, right? Like I get that, but I still feel like these people are trying to um say like stabilize things before making that coaching change. I don't know.
But that's where I'm trying to explain to you that that whole concept doesn't work out. Even if you look at Chelsea right now, right? Chelsea has been doing both of them at the same time, but they are still yielding a better result from. They've invested way more than you guys. But again, the point I'm just trying to make is that one doesn't come before the other. You don't build the perfect system that enables a coach to become like Pep. It's not that way. It's kind of like you are tweaking the system, because even us when we're going through our development, like we fired like three no, we fired one head of football director, another one resigned. So it keeps going. Like even if you're establishing a good structure, the right person is not necessarily sort of like Jesus Christ that just lands and saves everything. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of like a manu concept that you guys have been running. One second. And the
I
thing
get
that
you. I get
the
you.
thing
I
the
get
thing
you.
the thing that I feel again that is really bad about Ten Hag is that he can no longer say that these are not his players. The club has backed him with over 600 million. He's gotten brought in 16 players, and he's still not been able to. put forward a style of play where you say like, okay, this is what Man is going to do. Man is going to either have a low block and not allow anybody score, or Man is going to play tiki taka and going to pass through everybody, or Man is going to play it long. Like all these players seem to be like mishmash of like different styles of football that the only parallel or the only logical conclusion that you can say is either they're Dutch or Dutch related. They've played in the Dutch league. That's about it. They're either Dutch players, they played in the Dutch league, or yeah, that's it. That's literally it. I think Casemiro is literally the only person that's outside of the anomaly. But everything has been
Exactly.
like, I just know that my Dutch players were good. When I was in Ajax, I was good. So this player should work here. But you're not even like the Anthony. He's not playing Anthony the way Anthony used to play in Ajax. They're not playing like they were playing in Ajax. So
Because they
again, it's
can't.
like exactly, which is where I come back to ETH not having any philosophy, no
Yeah,
footballing
but
philosophy.
bro, like that's the thing. Like that is part of what these new
No,
guys
that is it.
are coming to
That
do,
is
right?
it.
That's part of what they are coming. That's part
No,
of what they've come to implement.
you're,
But like you can't
you're,
expect it to happen in one window.
no, you're
The problem
footballing.
is that it's his third year. Like
Your footballing philosophy is not dictated by off the field or director of football and things like that. It's the coach that drills the players that have brought in. Those guys are supposed to bring in the players to listen to what the coach is drilling them. If you take any of
yes,
these
it's the
players
coach
and you
that's
put
putting
them,
them on the
hold
field,
on.
right?
If you take any of these players, you put them into Man City, like Casemiro, you put Casemiro to Man City, you would think he was Rodri again
Okay.
because Pep will drill Casemiro to play a certain style of football, and Casemiro aligned to that football. He's like you said, these are professionals. They know how to play football, but what they need is a clear understanding of what is the football that they are trying to execute. Football is not one general template of you pass, and you score. No, there are
So
different
so
tactics within them.
in a summary of what you're saying is like you feel like maybe his instructions might not be like
I don't know if it's
fitting him,
instructions.
or like
I don't know if it's
they're not getting
teachings.
what he's trying to
I
do.
don't know if it's principles, but the point I'm just trying to say is that there is no distinct style of play when you come to Manchester United and say Manchester United is going to play like this. You guys have won the low
Well,
block game.
but
You guys have won counter-attacking ball.
I agree with that, but there are people who will tell you that is not true. I agree with
No,
what you just
I
said, but I'm
don't
saying
think
there are people who will
anybody.
tell
I
you,
don't think anybody who actually I respect footballing opinion would tell you that. I think everybody has a perspective, but not every perspective is relevant or is worth my time or investing or me caring about what they're saying. The truth about it is very simple, bro. Like even this Arnold slots, like you can at least see what they are trying to play. What is it, the tactic that they're trying to play with, bro? Like other than the wingers, like your Garnacho and your Ahmad. There's no consistent style of play, bro. Everybody's just doing whatever they want.
you just said it. Like you just heard yourself. Like you went round and came back and said everybody is just doing what they want.
Yeah, but that's down to the coach. Like if you're not doing what you should be doing, then like I've got to take you off. I've got to take you off. I can't keep playing you. I can't keep
Bro,
playing
like
that rubbish style of play.
I don't think it should be like that. Like I don't think players should be doing that. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't just be like, don't you guys even have like some s- sense of pride, sense of self-respect? Like
See,
it's
that's
almost like
exactly where. See,
I don't want to
I'm
go
sorry.
round. I don't want to go
No,
around
I'm
again.
sorry.
Like
I'm
I
sorry.
don't
I'm
want to
sorry.
go around
I'm sorry.
again.
We're not going to go around again because this is very simple. Football is a job to these guys. You're out here being emotional as a fan. You're not being paid to be a fan. They are being paid to play. So if they are being paid and they're doing nothing and they're still getting paid, then you're out here saying that they should have pride in what they're doing. Bro, there are many times where you go to work and you just do the bare minimum just so you can get a paycheck. These are human
So
beings too.
so you don't think it's an accountability thing,
No,
or do you not think
again,
it's an accountability thing?
again, even when you are doing the bare minimum of your job or you're just doing what is required, Baba, some people are still getting promoted. Some people are still getting highlighted as the best in class within the team. it is the standard of those in leadership, and that's why I'm pointing to Ten Hag. You can't start. It's like saying, I manage a data science team, and then you want to start pointing at the CEO as the reason why my data science team is not performing.
Okay,
Ten Hag is the
so
one managing the team
so
on
do
the
you
ground.
so
Don't
so
worry about
the
what the
so the
director of
reason
football is
why
doing.
I don't think the Bucks should then stop at the manager is because, like, if it's about the manager, we've changed Moyes. Don't cut me short. Moyes is even too far. We've changed Jose, we've changed Oli. Ranick came to do his 6 months, then Ten Hag, right? And then what? Like,
No, but
if a new
I'm
manager
agreeing.
comes in now, the
I'm
players can
agreeing with
decide,
you.
oh, we feel like playing, and then they
I'm
play.
I'm agreeing with you that there's obviously been a systemic issue
Like,
with Manchester
that's
United.
why, like,
No, but you
is the
guys,
people it is the people that is literally why Ineos came. Like, all the talk was about creating environment. I am waiting for that environment to be created. I'm saying it goes beyond just Ten Hag. Ten Hag can be sacked tomorrow, but that environment needs to be created.
bro.
That
If
environment needs to be
and
there.
again, I still think that Ineos has done what they should do in terms of hiring people,
Yeah,
creating the proper structure. You guys are
yeah,
no longer doing this whole very much come and retire ex-player retirement plan, come into
yes.
senior leadership position. They're actually getting
And
people of quality.
okay, and then, like, incremental progress, right?
Yeah, but
You're not going to see the results. Like, why do you think, like, the results are just going to immediately show up on the pitch? Like, why?
because on the pitch, the reason why I should show up on the pitch, and I'm not talking about like outcome. Man, you should win. Man, you should dominate games. Man, you should blow out teams. Man, you should play a specific style of football that looks like it has the potential to be successful. There is no way Van de Ven busting through your whole fucking
So so so
your whole
so
midfield stroke defense
that is the part
is a
that is the
proper
part where
style
the
of play.
manager is being held accountable for, right?
Yeah, yeah, and those are some of the players that he brought in. Your Delete, who is not your Maserati. Those were two new
This
signings
person
that
on Maserati go for,
whatever now,
like, pity the guy,
Mazraoui.
pity the guy, pity
these
the
are
guy.
these are two of his prime time signings this season, where
Mm-hmm.
they have come in and they have underperformed in the role. Ugati was also part of those guys that were looking lost, like lost in the pitch. So again, who do
Bro,
you want to
honestly,
blame? You
man,
want to go and
honestly,
start blaming the
did
director
you
of
watch the
football.
Tottenham game? Did you watch the Tottenham game?
I watched some of it, not the whole
Did
game.
you see how these guys couldn't string passes together? Did you see how, like, someone would literally be standing 5, 6 yards away from you and you try to pass to him, ball goes out to throw him? Did you see those things happen in the game? Like,
But
bro, honestly, man, like, I'm telling you, like, I don't know why people don't want to see it, but guy, I see, like, that. Like, last season, I was not watching Man U games, right? And I told myself this season, as long as I'm home, as long as I'm available, I'm watching the game so that nobody will come and tell me anything. Because people like to use all these their stats and extra analysis to bamboozle me. I'm not interested. I'm interested in what I'm seeing. And, like, bro, yes, Ten Hag has his fault. Yes, Ten Hag may not be the best guy to coach this team. Yes, park that one aside is all I'm saying. Like, if you sack him today, is it going to solve what we are seeing on the pitch? I don't think so. Is all. Personally, like, just to end this, right? Because we've used a lot of time to talk about United, and it pains my heart. I don't enjoy watching ball because of these guys, right? Like, I don't think it's going to be here next season. Whatever,
I don't think
wherever
it's
we
going to be
finish
here
in the
past
league,
Christmas.
I don't think it's going to be, no. Like, cause I really do feel like these guys are, like, trying to buy themselves time. And I don't like, even if he gets fired like during the season, maybe like the whole, like everybody says like Van Nistelrooy was brought in like so that he will be interim when Ten Hag goes, fine, right? But I don't think he gets the job full time. Like I think
So
they
so
are
so
trying to replace him with like a proper top guy.
so my whole take, and this is my own final take, bro.
Yeah,
If Ten Hag was actively working towards making Manchester United, he would not be part of the mechanism of making excuse of poor performances that you've highlighted. Simple things like not being able to make passes successfully, create build-up plays, and be aware of people's positioning and how to best defend and guard their goal. Right? He would not be complicit in the in the in the process of hiding their poor performances. He will be the one raising the flags and talking about whether it's directly calling out people or in a subtle manner,
my
sort of
guy.
saying that we need to
We
improve,
don't did this.
improve.
We don't did this matter for years.
No, so then that's why again for
Mourinho
me,
was the wicked guy. He got fired. Oli
no,
was
no,
the
no, no.
nice guy. They say he was too nice.
Shay,
Like
hold on.
so,
All
like
I'm
it's
just,
fine. It's fine. Just finish.
all I'm just
I
trying
want
to
to move on. I want to move on.
I'm just talking about Ten Hag. I can't talk about the past because again, like you said, Ineos has come in and they've tried to implement new styles of play. Him as a footballing coach, right? He is very complicit because he is someone that doesn't seem to have a standard, and that showcases on the pitch. That's it.
I agree with that. I actually agree with that. I agree with that. Anyway, like would that be all? Like Ten Hag in or
This
out?
is all.
In or
He's,
out, guy? He did not
he's
give us,
definitely out. He's definitely out. Like there's no question about that, bro.
bro. Like I
I
don't
mean,
like,
be in.
bro.
Like
I don't see how it lasts. Honestly, like I don't see it. I don't see it. Like I don't see things changing. So I really don't see how. I don't see how it lasts.
my
Right.
driving
I don't see how
instructor
it
is a
lasts.
Man U fan, and he was just like,
Bro, I need things to change, right? And
he
like,
was like he needs the coach to go and he needs the keeper to go. I was like, is it just the keeper?
bro, the guy has even been trying this season. I won't even lie. Like Onana hasn't been bad. Like he should.
What,
We've
what's your
come
Ten
to
Hag?
the end of the
Does it
other
make you
on
happy?
Thursday. Don't worry,
It
we are
makes me
going to
happy.
Porto
It
on
makes me
Thursday.
happy.
We'll be there. We'll be there with them in Porto. we'll be there. Hopefully, we
Is
don't
that
lose again.
the nail in the coffin?
We'll be there. It might be Villa. People believe it's Villa. Like you take the L against, take
Dur-
Spurs. Like it was
rant.
this week. Spurs L, Porto L, Villa L, and like
So maybe
yeah,
next week we might be talking about ETH
potential
actually
new
out.
coaches. Maybe Potter to come in.
Joke
Southgate.
jokes. Now Rude would be definitely a good interim, to be honest. So I definitely think that was the play. Because Rude, like coming in as an assistant when he was a
Honestly,
head
I
coach, did
don't
not
hate
make
it.
sense.
If he makes the players respond, I
No,
don't hate it.
he'll
I
be
like
ruthless because that's one of the things
if
that he
he
was
gets the
when he
players to
played.
respond, yeah, I wouldn't hate it. Like I just need, like I know these guys can do better than this man. Like, and if it takes cutting the manager for it to happen, please, I'm all for it. Please. Eh,
But yeah, appreciate you guys again. Definitely put in your comments and feedback on things that you'd like to throw us your red flags. Like we want you guys to throw red flags in there, like stuff
yes,
that you
call me out. I know
disagree.
I said a lot of nonsense about
Yeah,
Man U.
no, definitely call him out.
I
Definitely
know
call him
you
out.
don't
I know you.
agree,
I know,
but
like I'm building
I know
myself as the good guy in this show, and that's the villain. So this the villain. I mean this way.
you don't
So
mean it.
please,
You don't mean it.
please throw all your red flags in there. I'll definitely throw my comments back at it to let you guys know, like I'm appreciating the flags because you're calling out the bullshit that's be coming out of